Hello, Music Multiverse listeners, and welcome to Beyond Your Radio. This is Album Review Saturdays. Tonight, we're going to be talking about 3 albums that I reviewed on our website, www.beyondyourradio.com. You go to the articles section to read the full-blown articles on these 3 albums. But I also throw in 2 special albums on top of that in today's video. Today's 3 records: Joan Osborne's Nobody Owns You, ZZ Ward's Dirty Shine, and Noah Gundersen's If This Is the End. Joan Osborne, Nobody Owns You, is the latest from the blues, rasp, wispy crooner. The depths of her vocals are just, they hang so well. It's rich, it's thick, and sometimes biting. On her latest album, which is the richest in musical depth and production there's been in quite some time, she's really slaying it, swinging it, doing everything around it fantastically. Surrounding musicianship is excellent. I feel like it's, a return from her not struggling to write or trying to produce some sort of hit, but she's speaking and singing from the heart and mind together. Her vocals on this record, they're recorded extremely well and separated track to track. I can remember experiencing this in the first 2 albums. Her style here is the lead, obviously, and it's unique. And her poetic verses is much more vibrant and prickly in this recording, and it might be what's making it so enticing. The notes she can always hang, but it's that wicked finish that's so cool. And it's present in a lot of songs, like this spaghetti western motif, Time of the Gun. Have a listen.
Hide now. There's nowhere left to run. That's how you know you're living in the time of the gun. In the time of the
gun. It's also present in a different capacity in other songs, like the plucky The Smallest Trees and the touching Child of God, which probably showcases this the best. But I'll let you hear that when you get the album yourself. The album has wonderful guitar ranges, pedal steel, it's got acoustic, which are rich accompaniments in the songwriting. If there's anything that Nobody Owns You might suffer from, it's that low key. It's a lullaby. It's got that melancholiness to it, which in today's marketplace, are people going to gravitate to that? I would have liked a couple of tracks had that kind of gospel feel to them, but they never reached that pinnacle. It's always great, though, when she's at the pulpit. The timing of it is well placed, but the question is, again, this lifeline of music, are they going to reach for that, or are they going to reach for angst and pitchiness? My wife and I will be seeing Joan on the 26th with Jill Sobel, and I can tell you that we've been waiting for this for quite some time, so we're really looking forward to seeing her. Nobody Owns You actually features Jill Sobel on Child of God and Lifeline. Rachel Yamagata and Catherine Russell are also on this record. It's a very good piece. I think it's worthy in her catalog and worthy of having in yours. Next up is Dirty Shine. I'm all right, and I got a good feeling. Well, that just about sums up this blues rock soul up tempo from Susanna Eva Ward, otherwise known coolly as ZZ Ward. ZZ Ward, again, here, like prior, is the lead of everything. But here, this has got fun rhythm and blues with great pitch and range that fits her fearlessly. She can sing it, she can talk it, and she spares nothing. Neither does the band. There's some great bass, playful hidden Western licks, and modern movements like Bishop Briggs-ish, maybe Kay Flay, Pretty Reckless, and sprinkles of Amy Winehouse. Friends Like These is a perfect example of what I'm saying. It's like this slam and slithering snake-like style applied cleverly to her writing and delivery. Let's have a listen.
But you so bold for enemy, you ain't no friend of me with friends like these. Who needs enemies?
I know it's over the top. It's a ride or die with bitches and hoes. But more so, it's going to have you straight up paying attention and feeling the slide guitar, the ripping up of the rhythms that are going on. You come to understand the cover shot, too, as the record continues its slight Western future bent pace. And there's some great special guest appearances like Aloe Black and Tin Cups. And more importantly, it's the production and the people behind it that had the ideas that might have filtered to this. And this one is ridiculously harmified. She's playing harmonica and a hip hop slang overdose.
Getting close. Let it be an overdose. Cocaine or Mary Jane, I'll last forever up inside your brain.
This blues rock bender is exactly that, an overdose of all things we just love. We've got cool guitar solos, stomping, worthy, and clapping. We got soulful, funky tracking. We got a charismatic, crazy blues singer, songwriter at the helm, or in this case, riding a mechanically demented hellbound horse. Oh yeah, doesn't that sound awesome? It should, as this record does just all of that, even has a few tricks up its wild western sleeves as if she's pulling cards like Will Smith. Don't let her down. Go to the website and have a bourbon and saddle up with your best headset and get your dirty shine on. You won't be disappointed. Finally, it's Noah Gundersen. If this is the end. Now, the sign on this album says shiny, happy people may not need apply. But if you didn't, it's probably not the best idea, because if you pass this one up, you're probably, going to miss out on one of the most honest and impassioned songwriting records of the year. I know you may want to stay away from the Depression, but the fact of the matter is, this one's heartfelt. I'm going to try not to get emotional while I tell you about this, but I fear it might be impossible. From the lead title track, If This Is the End, it's a lyric listener's dream. And you can't turn this on in your kitchen, play it in the background while you're cooking. You can't throw this on amidst your daily routine. You need to sit down, you need to plug in, and you need to listen. The connection made from Noah's daring, truthful, and stoic delivery is truly a powerful audio experience. Again, like the two prior albums I reviewed, Noah's vocal is a lead. While it's much more sparse than the two females mentioned, it's utterly gripping, beautifully sung to deliver the desperate goods within his word choices and the contemplative structure of it all. I did not get this on my first listen. Why? Well, because I tried to play it in the background. I plead with you, pleading with you again. If you're going to listen to this record, you need to listen to it alone. The connection made here, daring, truthful, and stoic. The lachrymose feeling crept in really quickly on me. And the first song, after the first, was to swim, feeling like you're drowning, afraid to dive in again.
Hold my breath underwater till I'm strong enough to swim past the edge, so much farther than I've ever been. I confess I'm scared of drowning, just like I've always been.
And then Better Days, which just crashed into my very soul.
Sure of a man, but this is what I'd tell him if he was here. Sometimes it feels like you're caught in a riptide. It's pulling you out to a watery grave. Sometimes
Would I have been this way a decade ago? Probably not, but I am where I am now. It was some of the exact words in despair that I fought to this very day. I have an immediate connection to Noah's plea, his wonderment, his disappointment, his position of self-doubt. These are hard things to shake. It's self-absorbing, while we realize how destructive it is to the people that care the most about us or around us. The effect of the ferocious speed and demands thrown upon us in this universe, for most of us, those of us that have to make a living. I'm wondering just how many listeners in the music multiverse should actually connect with Noah Gundersen. Should be millions. He knows depression. That I'm very certain of. His album two back called Lovers starts off with a song called Robin Williams. But it's a beautiful, educated depression that's sincerity, engaging, it's provocative, as well as promisingly hopeful somehow. I leave you with this quote from Noah in a recent article that kind of might just sum up how to digest an album of this nature or why it hits me as hard as it does. My hope is that these songs will find you in the way you need. Here's another message in a bottle. I hope it washes up on shore at just the right time. The album is a continuation of a songwriter very self-aware, but aware that what he's feeling and experiencing and struggling with is real beyond himself, which is a gift and salvation he has in his career. And I hope he knows the beauty of that. If This Is the End is right up there for fans of Noah Gundersen with Carry the Ghost, and should be in your collection for best of 2023. I'll make this plea like I did on the website in the article. Noah, if you're watching, love to have you on the show in some musical capacity. For your insight, it would be an honor. And now, let's get to the two albums I have outside the articles. First up, Slow Dive, Everything is Alive. This is the fifth and long time coming studio album from once craved and acclaimed 1990 shoegazers. The melding of sonic guitar or their echoes and elongations, depending on how you want to look at it or listen to it, and moody low distortion album slips somewhere between Depeche's Mode and maybe that of New Order. If you just listen to Kisses, you'll hear what I mean.
Sometimes you won't do.
The production here is much better than prior, obviously due to the age, which is bringing them kind of back catalog-wise, I guess. Some people are starting to go back into shoegaze. However, in this record, I'm having a lot of issues hearing the lyrics, which may be intentful, I don't know, but that's an issue for me that I don't recall having from the prior records. There's a lot of love in the sound and minor melancholiness over, but what's really crazy is that you kind of get this like a mysterious ecstasy from it all, and then the temperament of some of the tracks. There's a lot to embody and explore, and if you're, got your noise canceling earbuds in, it's a marvelous listen. It's certainly worthy if you're going to go down a rabbit hole if you really enjoy shoegaze. They have some great records. Finally, in honor of everything obscure is what we've been doing this month, especially on my album for today's, I was given a frighteningly funky Italian horrorish exploitation jazz recording from Avant-Garde. It's a Finnish band calling themselves Vrajitor's Tenebrarium, if I said that correctly. And their new album, ENLD. What it stands for? Well, I really don't know. But Vrajitor's Tenebrarium is a new, obscure, and esoteric project by Vrajitor, mastermind behind various musical ventures such as War Moon Lord and Argent Thorns. I don't know either of the bands, but a rabbit hole I will go eventually. Let me set this up for you. If you're going to go down this particular album. It's eerie soundtrack workings. You'll be invited into this grand organ as if they were actually in a cathedral recording this in something of the 1910s, maybe 1800s. Then suddenly you got this creepy, exotic vocal in a dark foreign language, sort of like that woman from The Matrix, not The Matrix, the one from John Wick who slits her wrists in the tub. There is a keyboard jazz rock, space rock bordering on symphonic that has a lot of the album. Then you've got funky riffs, serpent-like breathing in the jams, which must be some sort of keyboard effect, I assume. If music can sound cool and dank, they did it here. Then you even have a piece that's a hint old Western Young Guns. It's called Venus in the Cloister. I know you won't believe me, so here's a listen. That Pink Floyd-like landscape. It's really cool. There's a lot of sound and exploratory musicianship, avant-garde playing on ENLD. But for fans of Goblin, Yakula, Devil Doll, Fabio Frizzi, Bruno Nicolai, and Riz Ortolani, the lyrics are bizarre stories of black magic and witchcraft. So file under your occult, prog, your dungeon funk, and your giallo italiano. Well, get your funkified soundtrack rock jazz because you're going to be pleasantly surprised. You never lose sight of that eeriness, even in a playful idea like horror music, and that's evident on this distorted sax-included track called Exorcismus. Point. Even in the playfulness, it's still delivering the beginning and ending of the record. N'est-ce pas? I know, that's not Italian. Vrajitor's Tenebrarium's new album released just yesterday, September 15th, along with a myriad of albums. So I'm hopeful that discussing about this might bring them a little bit forward. I want to thank Avant-Garde's Anthony, I believe, for sending this to me. And of course, anyone can send us anything at any time. We're on the web at www.beyondyourradio.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you are new to the channel, thank you for joining. And if you come back again, so awesome to see you all. Thank you and happy listening.